Drea!
I'm here.
You're here! Hi, everybody! It's kind of like a special Free Tip Friday Facebook Live Wednesday mashup because look, we've got coffee cups.
I had to do the coffee cup.
You did.
I brought a mug from the East Coast just so I could do it.
I'm so excited. You guys, we've got our Drea, our customer service happiness specialist. I think that's the right title. Our wonderful Drea here. She's on the West Coast. She's visiting us this weekend, and we were so super happy to have her on this special edition of Free Tip Friday. So, Drea, there's so many things. I know that everybody wants to probably is saying hi.
Oh, we got hi.
Right?
Yeah.
Are we blowing up? Are we blowing up the internet? I'm gonna turn over here.
Kim
look how
and
cute we are.
Sylvia and Karen and Gita and Cheryl
We're all
and Debbie.
here.
Debbie McKee says hello.
Hi, Debbie McKee.
Hi, Debbie McKee.
Bonnie.
I promise there's not a lot of sugar in this at all.
Right? In her gin. That's not gin. It's not gin. It might. You never know. Here we are. Look, Drea. See, there we are. I've got us up on the computer so we can see people's things. Hello, everybody. It's great to see you. It's great to see you guys. So, let's talk a little bit, Drea, about what the heck. Why are you here, Drea?
Well,
we're so lucky to have you. It's your first time here in our offices.
It is.
Right?
It's my first time meeting most of the team.
Right, because usually we're doing this whole with our phones or our iPads.
Yeah, we FaceTime meetings and
It's awesome.
yeah, and I'm here in the flesh. It's really exciting.
Yeah,
I'm at
she's
the
a
table.
real girl.
This is so
We love
exciting.
it. Yes, we're super excited.
But I came out originally because when the MG walk was happening in Virginia,
Right.
Cara and Grace asked me if there was a walk here, and so I looked it up, and there is.
And there is,
And they convinced me to come out for it, so we're doing the MG walk, the Bay
on
Area
Sunday.
walk on Sunday.
Yeah, with some. I know Brandon's doing it with
Yep.
you, right? Yeah,
I think
Ivan.
Ivan's going. Yep, Grace and Cara. I don't know. Are you coming? I don't even know.
Well, I'm actually not on the spot. I actually am not. But we're going to hang out Saturday and have so much fun.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm so behind on everything.
Right.
I'm
We said, Drea, come out and we'll make your visit great. And the MG walk that you did with Janice, a lot of you guys were so super generous. And,
really generous.
I know that when we were talking about your donations and the donations to your walk and stuff, it was a really cool and great thing.
Yes.
And I know that
you guys really.
It was awesome.
You went all out. And I was crying very happy tears.
Yes,
so
it was
very
great.
nice.
So we thank you for that support for your walk, and we're doing it again.
And I'm doing it again.
Now, we also had, Drea also writes, you guys may have read or not read, or rush on over to our blog and read, but Drea's started this great kind of semi-regular feature on our blog that's called Connections, right? So talk a little bit about what Connections is and how it kind of goes into something else we want to share.
Well, we get a lot of submissions from people. People like to share with us what they've done, their own colorways of everything from prairies to Tahoes or even Free Tip Fridays that you do. And it was just a great way to share it. And let everybody know, and maybe include some of the pieces or the beads that they use. So
and a little bit of backstory about why they made the pieces.
We got some
pretty
good
cool.
stories, but my favorite story yet is from Debbie McKee.
Yes,
who
Debbie McKee
started making these bracelets for a friend of hers whose daughter got a really rare form of cancer, and I forget, to be perfectly honest. I think she started asking me about it for help choosing colors.
Right.
And Debbie also has a great background, like a medical background, and she has been talking to me about my MG and has sent me links to studies and all sorts of things. And so she also suggested I make one of these bracelets for myself. And so her friend's daughter chose Wonder Woman as her mascot to help, give strength through
her mascot through her fight.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, this is a big fight, and I just thought it was so perfect. The movie had just come out, really strong, like feminine female character, and we just started creating, and I think originally we were like, let's both make bracelets and compare them.
It's really
and
cool.
we did.
And it was all based on, it's when we were doing kind of our cross-cultures revamp, when Grace was doing it with those really bright colors and stuff. And I am in love with this piece. I think it's so awesome. And you can see she has her like Wonder Woman kind of medallion insignia there. She's used some of these great, it's probably 3 millimeters maybe there, and a whole bunch of bead shop components and beads. And
sea
that
beads,
great, all kinds of stuff. And so you talk about, let me close this out, or if I can escape from it, you kind of talk about in that Connections blog the other things that she made.
Yeah,
so she didn't only make this one.
She ended up
made
making
a few more.
A bracelet for her sister and for the parents.
There we go. There's that beautiful
so she did the herringbone ladder.
Yeah, isn't that great? And it's super, I don't know, I kind of love red, white, and blue things anyway, so it's great. And check out that one.
Yes.
With this kind of...
This is like the Tahoe. Yeah. Like her own version of it with this big like Wonder Woman plaque. So that was for
it's really cool.
The father, and then the mother, who Debbie has been friends with for pretty much her whole life.
Wow.
She made the strong point. Peppered in some big shadows, added the tassel.
Yeah. It's really awesome. And you guys can read all about this. It's, if you search in the search box when you're on our blog, like if you're searching for all the Free Tip Friday stuff, if you're searching for all the Connection stuff, they're all tagged, so you can just put it right here in the search this blog line. Right under, we also have on our blog our latest video that's posted, so you can always click and see what our latest video is as well. But if you just type in Connections, you'll find that right there. So it's a really cool story, and I really love reading these. I actually get much more backstory from you. I love reading them. It's really cool. So so Drea's the one not only who does these, but she's also the friendly typing voice behind your customer service emails and a lot of our newsletters and stuff like that. So we couldn't do without you, Drea.
I do what I can, guys.
Yeah, it's great. And you have your Wonder Woman bracelet.
I wore my Wonder Woman bracelet. I'll have to take it off when I'm making it though, because it's clinkety. But
it's really killer.
Can I do a little zoom in on that?
Yes. Let me.
So you just hold your pretty little hand right there.
I'm trying.
That's awesome.
So I got
That's great.
I loved this. Actually, Cara and Grace convinced me to use this button because it looks like the shield.
Yeah,
and it's like this gold red.
It's very shield-like.
And I added charms. We went searching for the charms, and it has like her little bustier armor and her crown.
Oh, it's awesome.
It was a lot of fun making these.
Yeah, no, they came out to, whoops, I turned our sound on. Let me take a look, Drea. Everyone's saying hello. Geeta's saying hi. All of our friends. Debbie McKee is on. Hi, Debbie McKee. So I'm so glad you're able to have watched this, but it was a really cool thing that you did. So we're really stoked to be a part of that. We've got a lot of hellos. Everybody's from all over the place, so we really appreciate it. When we were talking about this, what we were going to do for this Free Tip Friday, kind of Free Tip Friday, almost Facebook Live mashup, I said, Drea, you're going to come on Facebook Live with me, right? And what you said? Sure.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
So I said, you get to choose the project. It also got me off the hook this week, which was awesome. But I'm telling you, I've made half of this pair, and you made the other half, and I'm already hooked on these. And Mom, I know my mom is watching, and I told Drea before we started, I said, my mom is going to love these, because we used teal, her signature color, because we all should have a signature color, right? But this was a little pattern that you made up, a little snowflake, perfect for the holidays. But you also have something, so talk a little bit about kind of how this project came to be.
It came from my tiara, from the Tiara Challenge.
And I'm so stoked to see that tiara in person. Yes.
I started making this in kind of just a swirly pattern of super duos and fire polish. And then I realized I could make these snowflakes. Snowflake is the symbol for MG.
Right.
Everyone is so different in their symptoms that it's called the snowflake disease.
Because you're each a special.
We're all very special snowflakes.
It's true.
But really, everyone's symptoms are so different, or different treatments work differently for different people. And teal is the awareness ribbon color. So I started making this teal thing, and I thought I would wear it at my MG walk, and of course I'm going to wear it Sunday
On
too.
Sunday, yeah.
So I just started making these little snowflakes with super duos.
Gorgeous. And I love the backing. Will you turn it around?
They're very messy on the back.
No, I think they look great.
I embroidered this on these vintage filigree pieces. It's just plastic filigree. I really dig those. I have a huge collection of these because I like to embroider on them and make brooches and all sorts of pendants. And
I think they give it some weight too. You know, they make them really. And if people didn't have something like this, you could use ultra suede, or you could also use plastic needlepoint and canvas.
You could,
couldn't you?
Yeah.
And kind of cut it in a circle. That would be a great backing for it.
I originally did this on ultra suede.
My head is already going.
But then I made this one really, really huge, and it flopped over on my head. So I used the filigree instead. It's cool.
And I love how maybe it didn't come across in the photo that we saw of this, but I love how you macrameed it.
It did.
It's really killer.
I mean, it's beat up. I had to do some macrame.
Yeah, it's really good.
A couple little true twos.
True twos, yeah. It's really, really good.
Yeah, zoom in on that again.
Yeah, Brandon's going to zoom in. Oh, you're getting some really great comments. Lynn says, Drea has helped me more times than I can say. Jackie says, isn't it great to see Drea in person? I'm betting she's helped all of us at one time or another. That is so true. And when you turn the back, we'll get a close-up view for the back. And you guys, if your screen, some of you guys, if you have trouble with your video, and I know that on the replay, the video will play continuously, but sometimes on the Facebook Live broadcasts, your sound drops or your screen freezes. Go ahead and just exit out, jump back in, and that should fix your problem the quickest way. Sometimes that Facebook it's just persnickety that way. It really is. It is.
I'm going to go have a talk with them now that I'm here.
Yeah, you are. They're just down the road.
I know.
Facebook is really just not far from us. Well, let's talk.
I just saw a comment from my BFF, so I'm going to
say... Which BFF? They're all your BFFs.
No, my true life non-beach shot BFF.
Oh.
One of the other reasons I came up, my best friend Chris lives in LA, and he flew up here for the weekend because I was here for the weekend.
Yay, that's so great.
So I'm going to say, hey, babe, back to him. That was what that was.
That was awesome. That was awesome. Well, great. Well, let's get a close-up, Bran. Yeah. Can you see these guys? Yeah. And I was super excited, Drea, that when you sent me back these photos, that they were super duos.
Yeah.
Because come on now.
I love super duos.
Yeah.
I really do.
And I think you guys are really going to love the way these look. So these are the little kind of snowflake earrings that we're going to do. And like you were mentioning, Drea, we chose these kind of teal and gold and silver colors. But you could do this in any colorway that you wanted. You could do it solid.
Yep.
Right? 2 colors, 3 colors. You could also use this as a base to continue stitching from. So there's so much that you could do with this. But we're going to show you how this goes together. So Bran, let's move the camera.
Okay.
Let's do it. Yeah, everyone's digging these. Everyone loves them. Drea.
Hooray.
So we'll do this. I'll put these guys here. Just on the table. So let's talk a little bit about the materials and stuff we're going to use, right?
Yes.
So we've got some, let me get my little list here. We've got some super duos. That's what these guys are called, right? And the super duos, we've got this crystal bronze, pale gold.
Yeah.
That's these, right? Which ones have you got there?
I have pastel emerald.
Emerald,
which I'm totally struggling to open. Here,
you
do it.
I got this.
This is.
I got you.
My hand's not working.
Oh, I got you. Pastel emerald, and then we've got these silver ones that are called full Labrador. Full. Right there. Those guys. Okay, but again, you could use any super duo, trio, duo, single, whatever. Then we added, if you guys can see in this piece here, how we have the, at the top, we've wire wrapped it to connect it to this ear wire. And we chose a 3mm, it's the full silver, 3mm fire polish. But you could use anything you wanted, right? It's all about you and how you want to make this snowflake original to you. And then, of course, we've got some needles. We're using the size 10 beading needles. We've got a little beeswax. I waxed my thread. Drea didn't wax hers. It's really up to what works for you. For this wire wrap, I used some 24 gauge wire.
Yep.
The True 2 hole is a little small, so I think that 24 gauge, as Janice likes to say, gives it air, right?
Super duo hole, you mean? Yeah.
Super, what did I say? True 2.
I was talking about True 2.
Yeah,
That's my fault.
I know. I have True 2s on the brain, the Super Duo hole. And then we just used our silver ear wire with silver ball on it. So it's pretty easy in terms of materials. And then thread, you've done this, Drea, with Fireline before.
I've done it with Fireline and KO. I like you actually use this KO, the smoke green, and it doesn't show up very much. Like you don't
that one's
see the
yours.
stitches.
I think this is the one that I did.
Yes, I used white when I was making mine, and you can see it much more than on yours. Yours really blends in and looks nice.
Wow. And so you could use, but you could also use Fireline if you want, whatever your
I've used both, and
choice
it really either works.
Yeah.
But when we are working today, I'm going to show you with a red thread, so it really shows up, so you can see where you want your thread to go.
So, so let's jump in.
Yeah,
shall we? We're going to need also, I'll show you some of the pliers and tools we need, but of course we're starting with our Xuron thread snips. And so what do we do first?
I'm going to about like 2 feet of thread.
Okay, and we're working on our velvet inserts for the design boards, and these are about 14 inches long, so I think when I did mine originally, I just did mine 2 lengths of the board.
That's a good idea.
But, you know, whatever works for you. But as you were telling me, Kate, we don't need a whole ton of thread.
No, you really don't need a lot.
And you know, I'm going to sneak around here, grab this, and let's see, while you're Fireline right there. Gita is linking like crazy. Thank you, Gita. You're amazing. Great. Kim Crawford, Kim C, says she's been wanting to make some awareness jewelry and now she's inspired to do so. No time like the present. It is so true. No time like the present. All right, so you're going to thread that needle.
I threaded mine. I'm not waxing just because I don't ever really use the beeswax for my weaving and stitching.
Right. Yeah,
I know you are.
I am.
It's totally personal.
Yeah,
preference.
it is.
It's whatever
Total
feels
preference.
comfortable and good for you.
Exactly. There are no wrong answers when it comes to waxing. All right, so I've got that going. So what do we do? What's our first round? Oh, sorry, Bran. Let me get that out of the way.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so
talk to me.
We need 6 super duos to start. You're going to make this little
inner
center circle first.
Okay.
So we did gold, so let's...
Should we do another set of gold?
Yeah, should we just do the same
let's
pattern
do it.
so it makes a little sense?
Yeah.
Another thing with super duos is, especially with these coated ones, before you start, make sure that your holes are open.
Right, because sometimes that coating closes them, right?
That's kind of a yucky one, so I'm going to do a different one.
Nice.
I do not tie a knot or use a stopper bead because you're going to tie this tail, I guess, kind of to itself. So if you want to tie a knot or a stopper, you can, but you don't. I don't.
Yeah.
So I got 6 beads. Get them all the way down, pretty much with maybe like a 2-inch tail. I think is pretty much enough there. And you're actually going to go through them again the same way and make a loop.
Right.
So that way they'll form the circle, and it's just kind of reinforcing. I like to make sure that everything is pretty steady.
Yeah, especially since these are kind of on their own, right? I mean, they're not backed with anything or whatever. Yep. So
they're freestanding snowflakes.
Freestanding.
Free floating?
Cage free. Right. So then this is where we tie our little knot, right? So we've gone all the way through.
So pull it tight so that they make their little snowflake shape. Little 6-pointed star.
Right. And then we tie just kind of a square knot, right over left, left over right. Right, right down into there. Now, do you glue or do you not glue?
You can glue. Sometimes I try to err on the side of caution, and I want to like make sure they're really, really, really durable.
So if I wanted
to glue too much, to be perfectly honest, I always glue things.
So if I wanted to,
but I would do like
struggle.
a little teeny dab of the hypo cement.
Hypo. I'm going to do that
just to make sure it doesn't come undone.
Right.
I actually made one and I forgot to knot it twice, and it started coming undone, and the center circles just kind of expanded.
Right.
And there's really no going back from that.
Right. So we want this to be nice and secure and
Yes.
tight. So now you've got this cute little flower thing. That's a cute little component all on its own.
It really is.
Right?
It really-
Darling. So next we're going to use this pastel emerald.
Emerald. Yeah.
Right? So this part, I loved this step. So this is for row 2. So for this guy,
you are...
what are we going to do next?
Where your thread comes out from here, you're going to go up and into one of the top holes of one of these
that super duo.
duos.
Okay. So we're kind of leveling up from this row to our second row, positioning our needle.
It's like this, they're like concentric circles. So now we're on the second one. You're going to add 2 of your new color super duos, which we're using these teal.
So we did 1 on the first row each around, and this, and you can see there's pretty a wide V there, so 2 of these super duos fit perfectly.
And then go through the next of your gold, the top hole.
That top hole.
And then they make 2 little V's and they just nestle in to each other.
Look at how cute that is. Come on now.
And you're just going to do that going all the way around. Keep going.
All right. So we're going to put 6 little sections of 2 beads each all the way around.
Yes.
Okay, so there's my 2.
And then
I love this so much, Drea.
I go through the second circle twice. After I've gotten all 6 sections in, I will go through again
to
just for security.
Just for reinforcement,
yes.
Right? Because again, these are kind of floating out there on their own and having a little bit of extra support on these guys. How you doing there, Bran? I'm trying to glance over at the questions too.
Gita's been
Gita,
it.
she has been.
People have been asking questions. She's like, oh yeah, she go back through, but nothing backwards, but does this make sense? And I was like, yeah, thanks, Gita.
Yeah.
Do you know, I kind of considered emailing you, Gita, and saying, this is what we're doing.
Hey,
but then
Gita.
I realized, you're just so good, you didn't even need me.
Right? And so this is the part where I'm doing my last little group of 2.
Yes.
And then we're just going to go through that circle one more time, right? So you're going to follow that same thread path.
Yep.
So I'm going to go through these bottom holes all the way, again, through the 2 of the teal, or pastel emerald as they are officially called, through that top hole of the gold, through the teal. Emily, are you watching us? Look at us work with super duos.
Well, I will say your mother is very excited.
Is my mom super
said
stoked?
she
I knew
loves
she
them.
would. I knew it, Ma. I knew it.
My mom is not feeling well today, but
Aw.
she was going to try to watch. So if
Aw.
you're watching this later, Ma. Hi, Ma.
Hi, look at our moms are.
My mom is my biggest fan, so.
Yeah, I think my mom's my biggest fan too.
I don't know, I might be your biggest fan.
Well, but right back at you. It's all love.
Size 10 needles and KO thread.
Yeah,
Yes.
size 10 needles. And what we'll do, you guys, is we're going to throw a blog post up after this that has the materials list, and we'll shoot we've got a couple of photos for you guys, but it'll all be clear, and then later on we'll post it from our front page as well, okay? And as always, with all of our free tip Fridays, you can find them right on our Facebook Live on our website at beadshop.com, or you can go to our YouTube channel, beadshop.com, all spelled out, or you can always find them archived right here on our Facebook page at beadshop.com. So there's lots and lots of ways to watch these, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, everyone thinks this is so cool. Look at this.
All right, well,
Everyone loves
don't think it's too cool yet, because now I'm going to trick all you guys. This is the
Yeah, it
little
is.
tricky spot. It is cool, don't worry.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
But I'm
so
gonna-
now we've
this-
completed row 2. So
Yes.
now we're going to jump into row 3, right?
So you're coming out of one of your gold super duos.
Ooh, I didn't do that. I went too far. What a surprise.
Well, you can
Let me
just,
do that.
You can just keep going through
There we go.
to the next one.
There we go. All right.
So you're
Out of
going to
one
come
of our
out
gold
of
ones.
you're like on this top hole of the gold super duo. You're then going to go through the top hole of the teal.
Yeah. So your thread is in position.
So I don't know if you can really see how that is. I was hoping this red thread would make it visible.
Zoom right in there.
But you're just it's through this gold and then up to the next level.
Yeah, you just took a step up.
Yep. Add your third color, which we're using this full Labrador.
And that's this bead that we're adding right here, that little point. So this just goes on and then back through that other teal one, right?
I accidentally went through 2 superheroes of mine.
And there's our little guy. Now this is where you kind of reinforce it all at the same time, right? So we're gonna make a U-turn.
We're gonna go right back through the bottom 2 of that teal V, and then back up through the top, through the bottom of the silver, through the top of the other teal, and then I'll show you where to go.
Make a little circle.
Yeah. So it's just circling around again.
So I go from there into the bottom holes of these, and you know, like Emily always says with tension, you want to make your tension pretty consistent. But these size 10 needles are pretty hefty, so they really stand up to kind of this kind of pushing in and out, getting in these holes. So then I'll go up and back through this silver.
See, I'm blind and I can't see what I'm doing.
And back down. And where you want...
If anyone ever saw me beading in real life, I hold all of my work about 2 inches from my face.
Once we've gone all the way around, you want your needle to stop outside of, if I'm holding this in my left hand and I'm looking at it, it's the Super Duo to my left. And now we're going to position our needle to add our next little snowflake
go to the
end, right?
The next end. So you're going to go down and into the top hole of the
that
gold Super Duo.
Right there. And then I bet you guys know where we're going to go next, right? What are we going to do? Which hole are we going to? Everybody. Which hole? This one, right? The top of the next
go to the top
Super Duo.
Yep. And then lather, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, we're going to add that silver.
We've got these 6 points. So this way it enables you to skip over some Super Duos and make the next point, because your snowflake has, or a snowflake has 6 points.
Super cute, Drea. I'm with my mom. I love these.
I'm excited.
So look at how cute. So there we go. And then once you've done this, just follow that path one more time. That'll make these points nice and sturdy. I'll go down. Now I've completed my second rotation of tightening all that up, following that path. Now I'm going to put my needle back through that gold one to go down. Then we're going to go up.
I kind of like this red
to this guy.
with it too.
I know, it's super
very
festive, right?
Yeah, it really is. I was saying earlier too, I like this teal for Christmas if you had like a burgundy.
Right, teal and burgundy is kind of the new green and red, right?
Yeah, I really like the idea of it.
Go all the way through, so now we're 3. Where are you? Am I keeping up with you?
I'm on my 3rd.
Okay,
I think
good.
you're ahead of, you're ahead of me.
I don't know. I want to make sure.
We're zoomed in on you, so I'm going to hold this right up to
Okay.
my face so I can see it
All
like I bead at home.
Okay, you do it.
I am.
I'm going to see if you
trying.
have trouble getting your needle in there, if it's giving you a little bit of sass, just kind of try and push that Super Duo. There you go, out of the way. Who's the boss of these Super Duos, Drea?
I am.
You are. That's right. That wasn't very convincing.
I'm not very convinced right now.
Okay, come on now.
Like we're zoomed in on your hands for a reason here right now.
Wow.
Only
you
because you're
got
holding
this.
yours up.
Because I'm blind.
Yeah, so it's the only reason.
I'm doing this by feel. All right.
Yeah, that's honestly kind of how I do a lot of my
Yeah.
beading. I kind of just figure things out and kind of just make it work.
And so, say I've given that kind of that extra little tug to make sure my tension's right. You don't want these points to be floppy, right? That would be super sad. We're going to come through this little V, and you can see that Super Duo is just made to fit in that little V.
That was where the whole inspiration came from, when I was making the tiara, and I realized how well they just fit together,
Yeah.
and you can just keep circling out and making it bigger and better and cooler. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, your tiara in person is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And I know a lot of you have been asking, where's that tiara challenge results? Well, you guys, we promise we're working on it. You're going to see the results of all of that in a blog post probably in the next week or so. So hang tight, you guys.
Yeah.
We haven't forgotten about your beautiful tiaras, and we can't wait to share them with you. So we're going to pop up back there, get that Super Duo in, go through, make that circle, turn the corner, make a U-turn. It's that bottom little two, they want to kind of give you a little bit of sass, but
They do.
you can kind of push them out of place, and then once your needle goes through, coax them back into shade.
Yeah, you can kind of like angle your needle around in it.
And go
You
through.
do have to fight it a little tiny bit to make
They've been talking about pendants and bracelets,
Yes.
and somebody just suggested a Christmas tree ornament.
Yeah, these would make
yeah.
great ornaments, you guys. Especially if you have like little mini trees. Like if you have a little mini tree on your work desk, how cute would that be?
If you have large enough clear ornaments, you can hang these from the inside
Oh,
too.
come on, that's just cute right there.
Or if you make, I don't know, have you ever made like netted ornaments?
You know, I haven't actually.
Okay, I have. 'Cause
I'm sure you have. Cause you're a
I
seed-
love.
Yeah,
Yes,
I love
and
how
I'm a
they
seed
look,
reader.
but oi, I don't have that. I can't. I don't know.
It's a. It's
I'd
a
love
lot
to
of,
someday.
It's a lot of work. It really is, but they're beautiful.
They are so beautiful.
So you could. These would be really great if you added them as a drop to a netted ornament.
Yeah, they would be.
Or inside an ornament.
Yeah.
I also like to embellish my flat seed bead stitches, like a peyote or a herringbone, and you can just sew these right onto a completed bracelet.
No, I think they're great. And
Actually-
what you could do, you could just like do a little wire wrap and wire wrap it right to a little Christmas tree hanger, right?
Yeah.
It'd be real cute.
Yep.
Oh, and Debbie says you need more sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm on it. Let me get another sip of my not sugary at all latte. Which
I know the Super
awesome.
Duos, you guys, check them out. I mean, you could, when Drea was teaching me, we were kind of talking about, well, what colors of beads or whatever we should use. I think if you're starting out with this project, I would make the 3 colors so you know, so you have kind of a path. So you know that your first path is one color, your second is a second color, and then your last one is the third
it's
color.
really helpful.
I think
to
it would
see.
be helpful.
They are really pretty in just a solid color, or with like clear too. But I kind of like the 3 colors because it reminds me of a Fair Isle sweater.
Yeah, it's very Fair Isle. That's right. You did say that. Like this, like a whole row of Fair Isle. Yeah. Hi. So what's next?
We were talking earlier about embellishing these more. So I want to show that before we get to the wire wrapping.
Okay.
So
shall I give you some of these?
Yeah.
This was a little extra bonus step. Shall I do
I mean,
mine
you
too?
can continue to bead out from here
Right.
with your Super Duos and make these huge if you really want to. You know,
Right.
kind of make it up as you go. But in between these spires, a little
Right,
3
here, there's a
millimeter
little
bead will
space,
fit.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna
between
put it
those
in.
teal Super Duos there, it really does. It fits perfectly in right there.
Awesome. And then would you just stitch through? Whoops.
I'm going to go through all 3 of those top holes.
So that one, this silver one, then,
Yep.
and back
Yep.
down. Okay. You wouldn't skip that hole.
I wouldn't skip it because it would then pop it out of place.
Right.
The way that these fit together.
Oh, come on, look at that little extra. And you've done some with True Tooth? You
Yep.
used True
Yep.
Tooth somehow.
Same thing that we're doing right now, but I used True Twos there.
Instead of a 3 mil?
Yes.
And you just pulled it a little tighter?
Yeah.
So cute. Oh, come on. Come on. These are darling. Tammy is watching, Tammy Drennan, she's watching, and she said, Drea, you'll make a stitcher out of me yet. And I feel that
try.
way sometimes when I make these projects like I'm doing this here with you or making them with Emily. You know, I dig seed beads, I always have, but seed beads I was never like a seed beater, but every time I stitch a project, it makes me want to stitch more and more and more. Because I like to embroider. Do you embroider?
I do.
Were you an embroiderer?
I do. My mom taught me how to do cross stitch when I was very young.
That's awesome.
And I still do it. We both still do.
Yeah, cross stitch.
We're just making, my mom got really into samplers, so she was making samplers for a while.
Oh, I
And
love that
I got into
look.
subversive
So classic.
cross stitch, which is
Yeah,
I
you did.
love. And it's like lots of curse words, but it's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Depending on who you're gifting it to.
Right. What about tatting? Have you ever tatted?
No, I haven't.
Oh, my gran, she liked to do a little bit of tatting. So, let's hear it for the tatters in the house. Yes, no, I don't know.
I'm sure there's plenty
Well,
in the comments.
I like that.
There's gotta be.
I like needle arts are awesome. And then here with this last one, I'm going to throw my last little guy right there. And then I'm going to wait for you to tell me what to do next.
I'm just going through. Did you finish?
I did.
Where did you end?
I ended right where I began, I think.
Okay. So let me go through this.
And see if we look, it gives your snowflake a little bit of a fuller look, and you could connect them this way and have your little snowflake dangle, right? So you could have one in one style, one in the other, so you could make it a real say something earring.
You could do this for a necklace too.
Right, it would
if
look
you
great.
had like a bigger one,
Right.
and
Connecting them all together that
all
way.
around, make like a bib.
Yeah, come on.
The bib necklaces are so big right now
Yeah,
too.
they're so cute.
I like it. All right, so I'm gonna kind of travel my thread back down a little bit towards that original tail.
Because it's time to tie it off,
And we're going to
right?
tie it off.
Okay.
So find a little path, just like how you do with your peyote. You kind of zigzag it down
Find your
to
way.
hide it.
Oh,
What happened?
is your mother Donna?
Yeah, is my mommy.
She said your great grandmother was a tatter.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. I'm
Hi,
not
Drea's
surprised,
mom.
though. I'm not surprised.
Look at all our moms are watching.
I love it.
We got a lot of people who are tatterers.
I love it. Yes, let's hear it for tatting. Yes. Okay, so I'm ending mine right there. Whoops, sorry, as I flick it. Super Duo right at Brandywin.
Who is it?
I'm still making my way through.
No, people are totally
and
patient.
like another little dab of glue when you tie this off.
Sure.
Just so it's secure.
Okay. So I'll do that same square knot, right? Or
Yep.
right over left, left over right?
Yep.
Tie it down. And then I'll get my little protective card. Give that a little dot right there, and then I'll let it sit for a moment, and then I'll put it away later.
Trim your tails.
Trim those ends.
Yes.
All right. Oh, come on, hypo. Cement. There we go. Get that inside there.
I need to clean it.
So now we're going to, I'm going to show you how I might turn these into little earrings, right?
Yeah.
Because we talked about how we could do this a lot of different ways, but let's go ahead and finish these off into earrings. What do you guys say? Oh, bye, Lynn. Lynn's going. Well, Lynn, you'll catch us on the replay. Okay. So we'll see you on the reboot. So to make these into earrings, you could do a bunch of different things. Like you could stitch some 11-aughts and make an 11-aught loop up there. You can do a bunch of stuff. What we decided to do was use some 24 gauge wire. So I'll come in and I'll clip my tails. Though in real life, if this were something that I was making in not demo time, I would probably let that glue really dry. But I'm going to just go ahead and cut it away. There's those for you. Thank you. So now let's cut a piece of 24 gauge craft wire, okay? And I don't know how long, maybe like 6 inches, maybe 5 inches about. That sounds right. And so, hey Debbie, welcome. So Debbie was asking, where do you find this pattern? Well, Debbie, this is your pattern, but what you're going to do is later on this afternoon, and we'll post it in our newsletter this week for beadshop.com. We'll do a little write-up that has all of the materials and ingredients and stuff and give you some little hints. And when you're ready, you just come back to Free Tip Friday and watch us jumping in, okay? And you can find, if you're not signed up for our newsletter, you can jump right over to beadshop.com, and the newsletter sign-up is right on the front page. And we also had one more question. Suzanne, our friend from Finland. Suzanne, tatting is kind of like lace making. You can do it by hand, you can do it with a needle, but it's a very kind of old-fashioned needle art, right? And I'm sure if you jump online and Google that sucker, you'll find a whole bunch of interesting things on tatting. So we're going to start by just making a wire wrap loop. You've seen me do this a million times. If you haven't seen me do this a million times, go to our website, beadshop.com, and under Skill Builders, you'll see how to make a wire wrap loop. But this is that first step of that wire wrap loop. And I'm going to slide that wire through that Super Duo, turn the corner, and so I've got a nice movement there. You can see on the earrings, I tightened them up just a little bit, but we'll make this loop a little bit bigger. And then, you guys, just like you do a regular wire wrap, okay? You're just going to get your, Fran, I don't know if you can see this, okay? You're just going to get right in there with your chain nose pliers. You can wrap with your fingers or your tool, but I'm just going to give myself 2 nice little wire wraps, one over the other, right, like that. Then we'll cut this tail away using some flush cutters. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Fran. Then we're going to tuck that little tail right in using a chain or using a bent chain, nose, whatever it is you have. Easier said than done. I too, when I wire wrap, am right up close to my eyes, so this is a little far for me. There we go. So now, look at, you've got so many options. So many. But we'll go ahead and put another 3 mil. Right.
This makes me want to make it like an icicle to hang from the tree.
Yeah.
Like if you had some substantial beads, like big clear ones, lots of facets.
It'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Right. Well, my mom and I, when I was a little girl, we used to make these, and some of you guys may remember kind of in the 70s, when you get those ornaments, they were kind of cloth covered or thread covered, and you'd use tiny little pins and little beads and stick all those beads in the round cloth colored balls. They were very ornate and fancy. My mom and I did those every year. So this reminds me a little bit of that too. Kind of has a little bit of lusciousness to it. So we're just going to wire wrap the other end of this, and we'll go ahead and wire wrap these guys closed. 1, 2, and then we're going to attach it to our ear wires. And the ear wires that we've chosen, we're just using these little, let me clip this away. Let me push that in. There we go, that's all set to go. And then with our ear wires, you can see all we would do is, I'll take this guy. Since our ear wires have a little opening to them, I just lift that ear wire up, slide this guy on, and very carefully close it up so it's nice and closed. You could also add the ear wire before you wire wrap that guy closed too.
Or if you want to wrap it and make a chain of them.
Yeah, right? You could. You
other.
could just continue that wrapping right along. That would be a great way to make a necklace of them. Right? That wrap would have connected there.
Exactly.
Right?
That's pretty.
So cool. Right? Let's see. Let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah, everybody's digging it.
Stinking adorable.
Right? Stinking adorable. Right?
As Kim
there we
said.
go. Super cute. Yes. Remember? Yes, Mimi, you do remember with sequins and seed beads. Yes. We totally did that. Yes, it's really true. Well, let's wrap this sucker up, shall we?
Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm going to put these, I'll put this one on this
Hang it
cup.
on our glass.
Right, on my favorite way to showcase
That's what
earrings,
I do too.
right?
I have a mug on my table, and I always just throw all my earrings
Put
right
them
on there.
Yeah. Well, they look, it was so fun. I'm going to make, I don't know, at least one more pair. Right?
I want to make a necklace now. That's my next.
Yeah,
I'm
it'll be good.
totally making myself a necklace
It'll
of
be
them.
awesome.
Yep.
Alrighty.
I love it.
Well, you were amazing.
Oh, thanks.
And you guys were amazing. I know that it was totally a treat to have Drea on today.
I'm here.
I know you're here.
I'm so excited to be here.
Wow.
I don't know how to convey my excitement because I'm here.
I know you made it from coast to coast.
I don't know if a lot of people
Bead
even
Shop
realize
East.
that. I'm not in the office.
No, you're not.
I work across the country.
You do.
And
all the way that way.
Literally, I've never been here. It's so exciting.
It is exciting. It is exciting. And then Janice will be with us on Wednesday. You fly, but you guys will cross each other like in the air.
Yes.
Really, right? Janice will be coming out. Drea will be going back.
I'm landing Monday morning, and she's flying out Monday morning. I think. Yep.
So we'll have Janice back in the house on Wednesday, and a lot of you have seen, if you opened your newsletter this morning, you saw the great project that she's going to do. And I know some of you have asked about the learning, like, where's the learning for this amazing piece? It's coming. It's coming on Wednesday. So Janice is going to be here with me, and we are going to be tackling this project called The Zen of Stringing. But you can find it now in our projects. If you go to our projects page on beadshop.com, you'll see you'll see both of the colorways, and you'll see the recipe for that. And then Janice and I are going to be jumping in on Wednesday and doing some stringing. The other thing I wanted to mention, you guys, our Facebook group, the beadshop.com community, the bead table on Facebook.
So fun.
It's so fun, and it's growing by leaps and bounds. And I just wanted to remind you, if you've gone over there and clicked join, but you haven't answered those 3 little questions, go back over there and answer your questions so I can let you in, because you guys, so much learning
there's
going
a lot
on. You guys are so
super
smart.
Inspiring.
Totally inspiring.
Yes.
And we have some great tips on the hypo tube, what people are doing with hypo tube, things about how people are storing their beads. There's all kinds of
That was a great thread.
It was a great thread. So we're almost 1,000 members over there. Almost 1,000.
You love us.
You love us. You really love us. And we really, really love you.
Yes.
And everybody is wishing you have a great weekend. Have a great walk. It was really, really awesome.
Yes, we're going to have so much fun this weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So you guys jump on a little bit later. We'll have a blog post up. We'll also link it in our newsletter. And don't forget to open your newsletters this weekend. We've got some fun stuff going on. And I guess that's it.
I think so.
You've got your mug. Look.
If my mom is still on, like, look what I brought, Mom.
She brought her mug.
This isn't my Hilldale Hotline mug. No one will know what that means but me and my mom.
But you brought it all the way from the East Coast.
This is baby Drea right on there.
Right on there. Yeah. So cute.
So
look
I'm
at how cute you are.
I love
You're clinking with me.
Yes.
We're clinking with you. Have a great weekend, you guys. And we'll see you on Wednesday
Bye.
with Janice. Bye.